This is the 8th Taiku in Talmud Bavli, and it occurs in Tractate Shabbat, page 49b. For the words Hadur Yasvi B'Kami Ba'ilahu, Avi Hadur Yasvi B'Kami Ba'ilahu, Hadikna Navos Belachos Arba'im Chasarechas Keneged. The Gemara relates that those same sages who sat and discussed the issue of hides sat again and they raised a dilemma. That which we learned in the Mishnah, the primary categories of labor which are prohibited by Torah law on Shabbat, are 40 less 1. To what does this number correspond? That is to say, what is the source of this number? Amar lahu Rabbi Chanina bar Chama Keneged avodos hamishkan. Amar lahu Rabbi Yonatan B'Rabbi Elazar Kach Amar Rabbi Shimon B'Rabbi Yossi ben Lakonia Keneged Meloch Malachtoi U'Melechet Shevatayra Aboyim Chasarachas. Rabbi Chanina bar Chama said to them, they correspond to the labors in the tabernacle. All types of labor that were performed in the tabernacle are enumerated as primary categories of labor with respect to Shabbat. However, other labors, even if they are significant, are not enumerated among the primary categories of labor since they were not performed in the tabernacle. Rabbi Yonatan, Rabbi Elazar said to them, that so said Rabbi Shimon, son of Rabbi Yossi ben Lakonia. They correspond to the instances of the words of labor, his labor, and the labor of that appear in the Torah, a total of 40 less 1 times. Boy, Rabbi Yosef asked a question. He raised a dilemma. ויבוא הביתה לעשות מלאכתו. ממינניהו עולה. אמר לאביי בניתי ספר תורה ונבנה. מילה אמר רב בר בר חנה. אמר רב יוחנן לא זזו משם עד שהביאו ספר תורה ומנעו. Rav Yosef raised a dilemma. The term, his labor, is written with regard to Joseph, Malachto. And it came to pass about this time that he came into the house to do his labor, and there was none of the men of the house were there. Genesis 39:11. It is included in the count of the 39 instances. Is it included in the count of the 39 instances or not? Abai said to him, and let us bring a Torah scroll and count the instances of the word labor, and thereby determine whether or not there are 39 instances without that one. Didn't Rabbi bar bar Chana say that Rabbi Yochanan said in a case of similar uncertainty, they did not move from there until they brought a Torah scroll and counted them? Amarle. Rabbi Yosef said to him, he said to Bayak, Ki kam asabka li mishum diktiv. המלאכה הייתה דיין ממניינה הוא והכמר דמה לעשות צרכיו נכנס. Rabbi Yosef said to Abaye, I cannot reach a conclusion relying solely on account because there is another instance of the term labor whose meaning is not clear to me. The reason I am uncertain is because it is written with regard to the tabernacle, for the labor they had was sufficient for all the work to do, and too much. Exodus 36 verse 7. The question arises whether or not this mention of labor is included in the count of 39 instances, meaning whether or not it refers to actual labor or not. And if it does, that verse with regard to Joseph should be understood in accordance with the opinion of the one who said that the expression to do his labor is a euphemism. It means that he was to attend to his needs and engage in relations with Potiphar's wife that he entered. Oy dilma, or maybe, here's what the takeaway is. V'yavo abayit v'asos melachto mimanyanahu v'had memlacha hayta dayam hachikama nishlim ale'avid tzateko. Or perhaps the verse is related to Joseph. He came into the house to do his labor. Is included in the account, and it refers to actual labor. In this verse, the labor they had was sufficient, is saying the following: that they completed the preparatory labor, meaning they brought all the materials, not that they engaged in the actual labor. And so we don't know exactly what malachto means. Was it that he was going to engage in relations with the wife, or was he going with the Potiphar's wife, or was he going to just do some work? And we don't know. Taiku. This is the 8th Taiku in Talmud Bavli, and it occurs in Shabbat 49b.